The BBC says it's going to review how it deals with videos on the web after a pro-independence blogger had his YouTube channel shut down. There have been allegations that the corporation has targeted those who support independence. The BBC says decisions are taken on copyright, not editorial grounds. Here's our political correspondent, Andrew Kerr.
It's the news about the news. The BBC said 13 videos on the Wings Over Scotland YouTube channel breached copyright. It and another pro-independence website were shut down. There was a furious reaction, with claims the corporation was politically targeting them. Today, the Wings channel was reinstated, and the BBC announced a review of how it deals with this type of content online.
Having been alerted to this and to understand exactly what's going on here, I think the time is right for us to review our practices, particularly relative to fair dealing when it comes to content of this nature. And that's content that has to do, particularly in this case, with political issues.
Today, I'm corresponding.
The former First Minister Alex Salmond complained to the BBC's Director General and issued this video, while the SNP's culture spokeswoman has not been impressed with the way this has been handled.
We live in a digital age. It's as if the BBC in London has just woken up and realised that, and that seems very bizarre. And if it is about copyright, then they have to prove that there is a proper policy in place, that they are following that policy, and give a proper explanation.
However, the man at the centre of the row welcomed the change of tack.
I'm very glad that the BBC's finally put this kind of mad shambles to an end and is going to go away and look at this and try and come up with a sensible policy. I understand, obviously, the BBC's got to protect its own commercial intellectual property and other people's, but under normal circumstances, news reporting shouldn't ever be any part of that.
It serves to highlight the difficulties protecting copyright.
It's a question of fact and circumstance in every case, and so the BBC would need to think about what it wanted to do in terms of takedown, and likewise journalists need to think carefully about how they use extracts from copyright works.
Many people will be unaware of the political blogs and the arguments that have been raging over them. Nevertheless, the BBC has had to address concerns from the pro-independence side. The corporation is having to balance its worries about copyright with the needs of its viewers to dissect and discuss its news coverage. Andrew Kerr, reporting Scotland at Pacific Quay in Glasgow.